Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure, and what you are looking at is the 1986 Suzuki LT125 Quadrunner, and I got this as part of the mega deal. I traded a couple of off-road go-karts for this guy, and that guy. So that one's waiting for parts. The LT160 is waiting for some parts. So we're going to kind of hold that up for now. What are my plans for this 125? A friend of mine, Kevin Bergeron, gave me a... Was it a Grizzly? I think it was a Grizzly. Big Bear. One of those. That needed some work. And he just gave it to me. Didn't charge me for it or anything. Actually, gave me the top of this tool cabinet and a few other things. So he was a very generous person. And when he saw on my channel that I had this thing, he called me up and asked what I was after for it. He was so good to me, I said, yo, you can have it. So this will be his. What I want to do is I want to finish up the video on it today by just kind of getting it started. And you know, I'm going to put one of these carburetors on it. I'm going to put the manual choke on it. I just want to get it started and take it around for a ride, and then I'm going to stop work on this. I'm going to take the carburetor back off and let him keep it. It's got the stock carburetor with all the bells and whistles for pulling fuel out and all that kind of stuff. They kind of played with the wiring a little bit for turning it off. So I'm not going to play with that. I'm gonna leave that for Kevin to make videos on. But for me, I just kind of want to get it started and take it out for a quick ride, and then we could stop talking about it. So obviously, got to get the seat out of the way, and you guys know how to do that. You just unclip it from the back. Carburetor, I'm going to leave this here, but we're just going to take the throttle slide out, just like this. We're going to move it out of the way, and I'm going to look into getting my other carburetor onto this thing. Hopefully she fires right up, and we could get a quick ride around the backyard, and then we'll call it quits. So, about the LT125 carburetor, it's kind of complicated. You know, it's got that plunger kind of choke right here that's cable controlled. No problem with the throttle, I accept that kind. But then it's got like a push button to prime it. The carburetor uses a fuel pump to get gas to it. So you're using engine vacuum to do that. And generally speaking, I don't like any of that stuff. I like things simple. So just to remind you guys, if you do a search right there, and then for 20 bucks, they'll not only send you the carburetor, but they will send you a back brake cable. This is what the carburetor looks like. And the carburetor's nice enough, but it's got one of these springy chokes on it that you got to hook a cable to. I don't like that. I discovered that you can take this manual choke linkage right off a Kevin or Kevin clone carb, put that on there. So that gets rid of all that trivia. I'm obviously going to have to use a remote gravity feed gas tank for this, right? Well, I guess I can actually use the fuel tank that's on there because I'm not disconnecting the vacuum. Well, anyway, I'm going to use I really don't care for fuel pumps and all that. It's just more trouble. So I'm going to set this up with a small gravity feed gas tank, just enough to get a small ride out of it. Then once again, I'm going to take this out, and you're going to be able to actually watch the rest of the restore on Kevin's channel. So there we go. I'm going to put this together, and then I'll turn the camera back on. So here we have it. I swapped the choke linkages between the two. Now the Kevin has the springy one, and this one has the manual one. Hopefully it's just as easy as sliding this in, hooking up the cable, putting some gas to it, and we can hear the engine run. Well, I more or less got the carburetor on there. I gave it a little hoot of starting fluid, and I gave it a few pulls, and it seems mighty light in the land of compression. So I broke this loose. Right, this is the top, the cover for the valve adjusters, and see, valve is going down, and it just released it, and once again it's just too tight. Now to fix that, I just loosen this 10mm and spin this out a little bit until I could feel that I actually have some play there, because it is just wicked tight. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to check the compression again. Probably I should not fool around. I should get the carburetor off of there and put my compression gauge on it. So I pulled the plug, and it appears as if this thing is an oil burner. So that was discovery number one. Secondly, I put the compression tester on it, and what's it coming in at? Somewhere 72, 75. So it's a little light. Next thing is a little oil into the spark plug, and we'll see what it looks like. Maybe I should adjust the exhaust valve on this one too. You know what, I'm going to adjust the exhaust valve first, and then a little oil in the spark plug. Let's see if we can't get that compression up over 100. So I checked the exhaust valve, and it was plenty loose enough. I'm out of breath because I was just pulling on the string like no tomorrow. And I put some oil in the cylinder. We're coming in at about 105, 107, 110 if you really look at it, hopefully. Like, you really twist around to get the best out of it. I don't know if this thing has some kind of compression release. I didn't notice anything on the head here, which means it might have an internal thing that just kind of gives the exhaust valve a quick flick. But I'm going to put the car back on, and we'll give it another try at starting. I'm going to clean up the spark plug, and we'll see what happens. Okay, tubers, I cleaned up the plug. I put some more gas into it to make sure she's full. What else did I do? Nothing. I put the car back on, and I guess it's time for another shot. Let me make sure you guys are looking at something. I did give the string a couple of pulls, and it seemed to kind of fart around a little bit, so hopefully she's going to start. Or maybe not. Oh, it's even going to idle. Look at that. So I did put oil into the cylinder. Wow, it's not smoking. I figured with all that oil I dumped into it, it'd be smoking like a banshee. And look, it's really this engine running. It's not sound effects. Just chooching a little bit out back. But it actually sounds pretty good. So, I'm going to attempt to rig a carburetor up on this thing, get a couple of things out of the way, or carburetor. I'm going to attempt to rig up a gas tank to this thing, get a couple of things out of the way, and maybe we'll go for a little ride. Okay, tubers, this thing is about ready for its first ride. You could see I put a real interesting gas tank on it. I got my rear guard seat. Let's see if she starts up. Of course, the string is going to malfunction. Not bad, huh? Oh, God. That is one uncomfortable seat. See how she goes. Sorry in advance for the poor camera work. Oh, yeah. She steers like a pig. Oh, God. Let's see if we can do a little better. See, my front tires are completely bald, so it really steers lousy, especially with all my weight on the back. All right. Let's see if we can't get around the house without another problem. There we go. Boy, it really... doesn't steer well at all. It really wants to do a lot of sliding. Third, 4. Well, it's got 5 speeds. Really shouldn't be running it wide open. I'm going to run it out of gas and have to walk. I ran out of gas. Shoot. So, quick demo ride. Obviously, I need a bigger gas tank. Now, what I'm going to do with this, this is going to Kevin Bergeron, so I'm going to stop working on it at this point. I'm going to take this kludge carb I put on there and gas tank off. I'm going to give Kevin all the pieces back to this carb. So I'm going to let him put it together in an OEM fashion. Obviously, he gets the seat and the rest of it. He's probably going to come pick it up so he can make sure I give him all the parts. So we're done with this one. And I really want to thank everybody for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please go check out Kevin's channel, Kevin Bergeron. I think I know why it ran out of gas. I got a leak. Yeah. Wonder why you're leaking. Yeah, that is gas, so. Yeah, I got a gas leak. That's why it ran out. This isn't... Oh, you know what that also could be? Because the diaphragm is working, the fuel pump is working, it might actually be the gas that that's going to the carburetor, but the carburetor's tilted over. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, Kevin, looks like your fuel pump works. Anyway, go check out Kevin's channel, and remember, folks, feet down, heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.